Hi students, today we are going to study about the classification of solids. Okay, classification of solids. This is what we are going to study now, and classification of solid is based upon the based on magnetic properties. Which properties? Magnetic properties. Okay. So based on the magnetic properties, solids are classified. First one, and everybody know about it, but very less. Okay. So the diamagnetic. Okay. Diamagnetic solids. Understood? Diamagnetic substances. Okay. So the substance says which are weakly repelled. How repelled? Weakly repelled. Weak. Okay, not weak. 1 week, 2 week, not like that. It is weakly repelled, not attracted. It is weakly repelled in external magnetical field. Which magnetical field? External magnetic field. Okay, in external magnetic field is called as a diamagnetic. Understood? So the substances which are weakly repelled in external magnetic field are called as diamagnetic. Okay, what is the cause? Cause is no unpaired electron. There are no electrons which are paired. Okay, so no unpaired electron, due to which they are diamagnetic. Okay, so either they will have fully filled like this, either they will have fully filled subshells, so there is no unpaired electrons at all. Understood? So for this examples, TiO2, very famous example is TiO2. Remember this. Okay, NaCl everybody know because electronic configuration. Okay, so note down, first type is diamagnetic. What type of electronic configuration? All electrons will be fully paired. Okay, like P subshell, like S subshell. Okay, like D subshell. Let it be any subshell available in the last, they will be fully paired electrons. Okay, note down this. Okay, noted. Next, let us see about the paramagnetic. Second topic is paramagnetic. Okay. Today we are going to study dielectric properties also. So don't just skip this lecture. Dielectric properties are very important, and try to maintain continuously notes. Okay. So second thing, after diamagnetic, next it is going to be paramagnetic. Which magnetic? Paramagnetic. Okay, so paramagnetic means the substances which are weakly attracted. There it was repelled or no repulsion at all, so then also diamagnetic only. Okay, so weakly attracted in magnetic field, external magnetic field. Okay, where it is external magnetic field. When external magnetic field is given, that time what happens? It is weakly attracted. Understood? So that is called as a paramagnetic. In the external magnetic field, it is weakly attracted. Therefore, it is called paramagnetic, and loses its magnetic nature. Okay, the loses its magnetic nature in absence of external field. In absence of what? External field. When external field is not there, that time it will not be attracted. Okay, there is no magnetic nature. Understood? External field is removed, then magnetic nature also removed. It is not permanent. It is only temporary. It loses its magnetism in absence of external field. External field is there, magnetic substance. No field is there, no substance. That means no own interest. Until unless somebody is there to force, then only it will be a magnetic substance. No force, no magnetic nature. It loses its magnetic nature. Okay. So the famous example is oxygen. Because of this only the famous molecular orbital theory is generated. Because according to the electronic configuration, valence Vesper theory, V valency bond theory, there is no unpaired electron. So to explain the paramagnetic nature only, the special theory is determined, molecular orbital theory, according to which it contains two unpaired electron. Okay, there are two persons in the chemistry because of which new laws are determined, like ammonia. Because of ammonia only Bronsted acid base theory generated, because Arrhenius could not explain, and because of this oxygen only molecular orbital theory is derived, because according to the theory it was diamagnetic, but experiment revealed that it is paramagnetic. So to explain this paramagnetic nature only, oxygen molecular orbital theory is derived. And like copper is having 4s1 3d10. If you remove the 2 electrons, then it will be 1 electron will be unpaired, so paramagnetic. Okay, actually what examples I told you, now reason I will tell you. Okay, what is the reason? Due to presence of, okay, due to presence of few unpaired electrons are there. Okay, due to presence of what? Few unpaired electrons. Okay, only some unpaired electrons are there, therefore they are paramagnetic. Which magnetic? Paramagnetic. Okay, unpaired electrons will be there, but they are very less in quantity. Okay, so note down along with examples. Okay, like this is the p subshell. There will be 1 or 2 electrons will be unpaired. Okay, note down fast. Okay, if you are not noted by before that, if I am erasing, you will pause, go back and pause and write notes. Okay, then third one is very important, ferromagnetism. They are permanent magnets. Okay, let somebody is watching or not, they will keep on studying. Understood? Most sincere students like ferromagnetism. Okay, so the substances which are attracted strongly, how strongly in external magnetical field, okay, in external magnetical field they are strongly attracted. Okay, before that feebly also sometime word is used, that is also weakly. Okay, so weak attraction, feeble attraction, both are same. So attracted strongly in external magnetical field and retain their magnetic nature. Okay, retain their magnetic nature. Do you know Curie temperature? Curie temperature, that is also we are going to study now. Okay, so retain their magnetic nature even in absence of, okay, even in absence of magnetic field. Okay, magnetic field is there or not there, then also no problem, it will be magnetic substance only. Okay, magnetic nature they will not lose. Okay, therefore they are permanent magnets. Before that they were temporary magnets. Okay, permanent, therefore they are permanent magnets. Okay, so permanent magnets, because alignment, more number of unpaired electrons will be there, 4, 5 like that. So 4 or sometimes 5 also. Okay, examples are both examples very important, iron and nickel. So magnet we use, they are made up of the iron or nickel because of the ferromagnetism. Okay, reason is due to presence of more number of electrons unpaired. Okay, note down this. Okay, noted. Now let's see about the next chapter, next topic, antiferro. What is the next one? Antiferro. Okay, so the substances which are expected to be expected to be, okay, which are expected to be ferromagnetic. Okay, ferromagnetic based on electronic configuration, okay, but act as diamagnetic. Okay, but act as what? Diamagnetic. When they look at their electronic configuration, they are ferro. Definitely will say pakka ferro. But what they are diamagnetic. Okay, that is due to. Okay, due to. Actually, it is due to. Okay, it is due to alignment of. Okay, equal number of electron in opposite spin. Which spin? Opposite spin. What does it mean? So let us take 4 electrons are there. So what you will think, 4 unpaired electrons are there, it should be what? Magnetic? Ferromagnetic. So we will expect the substance which are expected to be ferromagnetic based upon the electromagnetism. But normally what happens? Equal number of electron in opposite spin. This is in the anti-clockwise, this is clockwise, anti-clockwise. Okay. Actually this is not permanent, it depends upon some temperature. What is the temperature? I will tell you at the last. Okay. So note down this antiferro. There are 2 things which are very important. MnO is antiferro, TiO2 is dia. Okay, which is dia? TiO2 is dia and MnO is antiferro. Okay, note down this. This is not here, this is diamagnetism. Okay. Noted. Next, ferri. What is the next one? Ferri. Magnetic. Okay, ferrimagnetic. Understood? So substances which are expected to be ferromagnetic. Already you may feel that already this was explained to you, but it is not like that. Okay, so the substances which are expected to be ferromagnetic on the basis of electronic configuration. Up to here it is same. Okay, on the basis of its electronic configuration. On the basis of electronic configuration, what we will feel? We will feel that they are ferromagnetic, but they are not ferromagnetic. Electronic configuration. On the basis of electronic configuration, they are ferromagnetic, but actually act as act as paramagnetic. That was diamagnetic, now it is paramagnetic. Okay, what it is? Paramagnetic. Understood? So paramagnetic is ferrimagnetic. Understood? And diamagnetic will be antiferromagnetic. Anti will be dia, para will be ferri. Both are expected are ferromagnetic. Okay? Both expected to be ferromagnetic, but actually paramagnetic, ferrimagnetic. Actually diamagnetic, then it is antiferromagnetic. Understood? So this is all about the paramagnetic nature. Is it understood? So let's see about the next example. It is due to, okay, what is that? Due to unequal number of electrons in opposite spin. Which spin? Opposite spin. Okay, opposite spin will be there, but unequal number of electrons. Okay, let us take 5 electrons are there. How many electrons are there? 5 electrons are there. 3 electrons in the clockwise and 2 electrons in the anti-clockwise. So it will not be antiferro. Because of 1 electron only, magnetical field will be left over. Understood? So it will be what? Paramagnetic. Okay. Which magnetic? Paramagnetic. Understood? And here example is Fe3O4. What is the example for this? It is Fe3O4 is the example. Examples are very important. These are all extracted from the NCERT only. So don't forget these examples. Okay? Note down this. Okay, noted. Next it is Curie temperature. All of you write down, very very important, Curie temperature. Curie temperature. Okay. So the temperature above which ferromagnetism is lost. Ferromagnetism of a ferromagnet. Normally ferromagnet is a permanent, okay? But if you keep on increasing the temperature, there will be misalignment of electrons, okay? Of a ferromagnetic substance. Substance is called as Curie temperature. What temperature? Curie temperature. Okay, so note down this. Example, write down Fe3O4, which I told you it is a ferrimagnetic, but it loses its ferrimagnetic nature. 850 Kelvin. 850 Kelvin. Actually, I told you there is no permanent ferromagnetism, there is no permanent ferrimagnetism, there is no permanent antiferromagnetism. Okay, but they will keep on changes. Initially, that will be ferromagnetism. At certain temperatures, some misalignment will be there. They will act as a ferrimagnetism. After some temperature, they will act as they will lose the complete ferromagnetic nature itself. Then the temperature is called as a Curie temperature. This temperature and example you remember and write 5 to 6 times. Okay? Noted this Curie temperature. Any doubt up to here? No doubts. Okay? See you in the dielectric properties of solid. That is also going to be very small lecture. If possible, I will try to do the topic of Bragg's equation also. Okay, so with this magnetic properties along with all examples, definition, reason, everything is explained to you. I think you are perfect and will be able to solve all questions related to this. See you. Bye bye. Give a like to this video, share it to your friends. Bye.